Hi, this is Jay Bucciarelli, and this is my game Witches Coven, a social deduction game for 4 to 8 players. Plays about in a half hour, and the theming is that the group is a coven of white witches trying to banish a demon. Now, to begin, each player will start with a hand of 4 cards, these pink back cards, and they'll be made up of sage, salt, and candle. Now, mixed into that deck, there'll also be these cards, demon cards. If you draw this card, it's stuck in your hand, and you are on the demon team or bad team. If you never draw one of these cards, you're on the good team. Now, there may be cases where you start on the good team and later draw the demon card and then switch alliances and then become on the bad team. Now, to banish the demon, the good team wants to pass 5 of these ritual cards. These are just examples. They have the green back. And the demon team wants 5 of these to fail. Whichever happens first, that team wins. 5 ritual cards are passed, good team wins. 5 ritual cards are failed, and bad team wins. Now, how to pass these cards. To pass this, each player from their hand must play a card face down into a pile, and that pile as a whole must match this card exactly. Not the order, but the amount. Now, say you're playing a 5-player game. In that pile, to pass this ritual card, you would need 1 salt, 2 sage, and 2 candle. And most of the round would be discussing amongst each other of who's going to play what. So an example might be, oh, I don't have salt, I can't play salt. I have a lot of sage, I'll play sage. And someone's like, okay, well, I have 3 salt, I'll play a salt. And so if everyone told the truth, once that face-down pile has been compiled, if everyone told the truth, that pile should match this card exactly. Now, at the beginning of each round, a player is elected the High Priest. This player is the only one to look at this face-down pile, and the High Priest changes round to round. Now, say they shuffle the pile and then they look at it. If the cards they see, the supply cards, match exactly what's on this card, say they see a salt, 2 sage, and 2 candle, the ritual card passes, and you put it right here, 4 away from the good team winning. But say they look at the face-down pile of supply cards and they see that it's not exactly this. Say that there's a salt, but there's only 1 sage and 3 candles. That'd be an example. If it doesn't match this card exactly, it's a fail. So they would not show the face-down pile of supply cards, and then this ritual card would go into the fail pile. 1 more closer for the bad team winning, or demon team. Now say the High Priest is on the demon team. They can look at the cards and say it fails even if it passes. They can say whatever they want about the cards face down. And that's what I'd say is the funnest part of the game. It's a game of logical deduction and social deduction. For round to round, you're dividing up what type of supply cards each player is playing. And if you trust the judge, they tell you how it fails. Like for this one, they might see, for a 5-player game, they might say, oh, all the candles were there, but the salt was actually a sage. So based on that, if you trust the judge, you would know that the person that said they would play salt didn't, and that they're on the bad team. But if you don't trust the judge, they could be lying, and that person could have very well played salt. So it's a mixture of social deduction and logical deduction combined into one, whether you can trust the judge's deduction on who played what from round to round, and then seeing who is always in the group of failing. And for the bad players, they can't be too obvious because the group is allowed by majority vote to vote off 1 player each round. So the players with these cards in their hands can't be too direct in their failing of the ritual cards. And you play round to round, and then first to 5 wins. If 5 pass, good team wins. If 5 fail, bad team wins. And for more advanced play, there's these familiar cards. They're basically character powers. They give the player that has them a unique ability. Some can be used only once during a game, and some can be used multiple times. And that is Witches Coven.